So Kate Moss ends up absolutely wrecking AH in a 35-minute BBC interview. And the reason it ends up wrecking AH isn't just because of what she says. Oh no, it's because when she speaks, everyone in the media, I mean, you can see this here, every single place in the media, they end up covering it. Remember, AH said that Kate Moss needed her for clout. Yeah, it looks like right when she speaks, everyone ends up listening, and AH, she's not going to like those headlines at all. See, currently, AH, she's trying to rehab her image and win back the court of public opinion. Well, Kate Moss, she's reminding people of what went on in the courtroom. She's reminding them of the things that AH said that were 100% false. Oh man, you and I were going to talk about all of this today. Oh, this is fun times. I mean, this is fun times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. By the way, I hope you are doing excellently. And I absolutely love how Kate Moss, she's so easily wrecks AH. Remember, AH, she called her a clout chaser. She called her a rando, somebody that just popped out of the woodwork and basically needed clout from AH by testifying in the trial. Well, speaking of clout, you have Kate Moss go on BBC Sounds. She does, like I was saying, a 35-minute, 34-second interview. It's a pretty good one, too. I listened through it all. She talks about quite a few things in it, but one thing that comes back up, and AH wouldn't want to come back up, is a discussion about what went on in the courtroom. Now, if you don't remember how exactly Kate Moss got involved in this in the first place, that makes the wrecking all the better. Why? Because it wasn't JD that brought her in. He was trying to keep everyone like that out. It wasn't Kate Moss interjecting herself. I mean, why would she need to? It was AH, and AH didn't just bring her in Virginia, by the way. You have to remember, she brought her also into UK 2020, and no one countered those lies. But AH, she was talking about a supposed 2015 confrontation. We'll call it the stairwell confrontation. Her sister was supposedly involved and got into the quote-unquote line of fire. Quote, she threw herself in the line of fire. She was trying to get JD to stop. Her back was to the staircase. JD swings at her. I don't hesitate and wait. I instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs. Now, the reason that she does this is twofold. Number one, there are around 6 different reports of this incident, many of them from JD's side, and all of the ones from JD's side, guess what they included? They included her making contact with JD physically, aka punching the man. Now, she subsequently admits to this too, as do her witnesses. But when she admits it, she has to have something to lay that off on, because of course, it's never ever her fault. She's having a flashback. JD, she's reacting to him. It has to be something, right? So she said, I don't hesitate. I just instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I swung at him. In all my relationships to date, I wonder if that's a typo. I need to go back, by the way, because relationships to date, woo, that would be a heck of a disclosure. I hadn't delivered a blow. For the first time, I hit him square in the face. So she admits to, again, doing that. And when she's asked about how this comes up, she said, he pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. I heard this from 2 people, and this was fresh in my mind. Now, I love what Kate Moss did with BBC Radio, too. Why? Because she brings up things like fairness, justice, truth, and she ends up wrecking AH a second time because of this. See, the first time she ends up taking this stand, no one expected her to. They actually thought that was going to be a rumor, and she doesn't spend long on the stand, but she spends long enough to thoroughly debunk AH's tale and turn her into a liar. What really happened was that Kate Moss, she ended up slipping on some stairs. She gets to tell you a tale about how JD, he ended up interceding, getting her help. So he goes from a villain in AH's tale where she lies to the actual hero in the tale. And then you find out later, because AH brought it up, that JD, he told her about this. There wasn't some mystery source bringing it up behind the scenes. Nope, it was JD himself. He was so bothered by that incident, he had confided in her and she had weaponized it. And Kate Moss, she snatched it away. So she brings this up. She talks about it here and there. And part of that is what she says here. I believe in truth. And I believe in fairness and justice. Now, she brings up 2 incidents, by the way. She says, I believe that John G., he's not a bad person. He had an alcohol problem and people turned. He made comments back when, so that's what she's talking about. She had to testify back when. People aren't themselves when they drink, and they say things they would never say if they were sober. And I know the truth about JD. I know he never kicked me down the stairs, and I had to say the truth. Now, the real wrecking begins when social media gets a hold of this story and they push it, and they end up forcing the media to pick it up, which pushes it even further. See, at first, the media, they dropped a few articles on this. I mean, it wasn't the dominating force that you saw when it first came up. Oh no, I think they were going to try to let it slide by a little bit, but then social media picks it up. It ends up trending worldwide, and well, that causes an explosion online. Every single article that comes up about AH, it's about this right now. Now, the interesting thing about that, too, is that AH, she has one of the biggest PR pushes that has ever been seen going on right now. If you don't believe that, well, sources behind the scenes, they're confirming it. They're saying, yeah, this is the biggest one. We have multiple PR teams. They're going in. Normally, you'll have 1, maybe 2. She has multiples coming in. You have documentaries being dropped. You have places like Dateline NBC. They're dropping all types of stuff out there as well. They're telling you, oh, those pesky YouTubers, they're the ones to blame. They're trying to point the finger at anything other than AH. You have Kate Moss, though. She steps up. And she doesn't just talk about this, by the way. She talks about Hollywood in general. She tells you about the negativity there, what they do to women, how horrible that system is, the lies. Well, AH works right into that. The only bright spot that really it ends up coming up, aside from Kate Moss in that, is guess what? It's JD. That's right. So he comes out the winner. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. I can't say that enough. Thank you for all you do. Check out the links in the description if you'd like to help out the channel too. We could always use your help, but share this stuff. Make sure everyone sees it. Have a good laugh at it too. Oh man, and until next time, yeah, we will see you soon.